Hey everyone, it's Kurt. So it's shot day, so I'm gonna do this, and I do this in order to distract myself from the needle because I don't really like needles. I've never liked needles, actually. I had meningitis when I was a baby, and I think it traumatized me because I had to have so many IVs. But I've gotten over my fear of needles enough to be able to get IVs when I've been sick in the hospital recently and also shoot myself up with one. But it helps to distract myself by talking to people. And I don't know people. So I'm just gonna. So it would look a little bit ridiculous for me to talk to my cat while I'm shooting up. I try to distract him, otherwise, he tries to bite my needles and stuff, so I can't pay him any mind. So instead, I talk to people on the internet who I never talk to, but in one way like I never comment on comments or anything, so um it's just like a one way, like I'm inundating you with my feelings and thoughts, and that's wonderful for me because it gets my mind off of shooting myself up with this because it hurts. Um there's like absolutely nothing in this. Why did I keep this again? Is that full of air? I'm so confused. Um There's absolutely nothing in this either. Am I losing my fucking mind? Yeah, I definitely am. Slowly but surely. There's like absolutely nothing. Um, it's fine, I have more. Uh, what I was gonna say, is, oh, I was gonna talk about my obsessions. And I don't, when I get obsessed with things, it's like for a very small period of time. One, I'm obsessed with making everyone happy and making everyone feel like they're important. So if someone doesn't feel like they're important or happy, I have the need to like overcompensate there, and then it scares people because people are like, why do you, when you think nothing of yourself and people love you and you're like, you're just fucking crazy. Because I do this too. Um, I feel like people, when they think nothing of themselves and then I'm like, I love you, they're like, you what now? Fucking crazy monster. Um, so there's that. But I also love only myself. And by myself, I mean, I love the universe because I think of the universe as myself. I know that's gonna sound crazy, but anyway, I don't really get obsessed in love anymore because that's just not worth my time. I'm too obsessed with the things that I'm doing in my life. But I do have two types of obsessions which are pretty interesting. One with food, I eat the same food every single day. Right now, I just eat I eat like frozen hash browns, but I cook them in a pan with butter, garlic, salt, and then I put spinach on top and just scrambled eggs. I love scrambled eggs, but I only love scrambled eggs because of how I eat them, which is with a load of butter, and cheese and milk. This has so many bubbles in it now. It's like I'm still gonna shoot up with it. So anyway, that's what I like. I like what I like at the moment. The only food obsession I haven't gotten rid of though is I really like rice. Like anything with rice and like sushi, I mostly like because of the rice. Because it's basically like the fish is just butter on top of rice. That's how I view it. So, but most of my food obsessions I get over. I used to just eat Japanese fried rice from Trader Joe's that frozen concoction. That's all I used to eat. So I'm sure like the spinach, potatoes, and eggs will end sometime soon. I used to eat rice cakes a lot, like all the time, peanut butter rice cakes. I, I just get in loops of food. And I also think it's better for your body if you're eating the same thing every day because your body gets used to it. It's kind of like what you do for your cats and your pets. I eat like a pet, but that doesn't mean I have like if you have a pet fetish, go for it or whatever you want to call it. That kind of creeps me out, but I'm not gonna tell people what they should or should not do. I'm just saying it creeps me out for me. And like I said, I have a bunch of weird obsessions. Anyway, my present obsession, because I also become obsessed with people, but like celebrities that are really interesting, and I normally become obsessed with them for reasons different than why society becomes obsessed with them. I don't get obsessed with the Kardashians. I get obsessed with like Homer and like a bunch of dead people, like Einstein. And I just can't. I only read their work and go crazy. Um. Anyway, currently I'm obsessed with Elizabeth Woolridge Grant, and I would really love if she could release her next album. You guys know Lizzy under a different name, but I'm just gonna tell you what Lizzy has done, and you can look her up and her character up, and you'll see who she is. Anyway, she made a character that allows her to make fun of society from a point of view of society, which is really wonderful, and I can't believe I haven't seen it sooner. And I've loved her music forever, but I never put two and two together that her name wasn't her character's name, but was actually Elizabeth Woolridge Grant, and that Elizabeth Woolridge Grant was one with the universe and all things, and was making fun of society. The only reason I think she's one with the universe and all things is because her Twitter bio says, do I contradict myself? Very well, I contradict myself. I contain multitudes. And anyone that's, well, Bob Dylan recently came up with a song about quoting Walt Whitman. And I think Bob Dylan's pretty one with the universe, but it could also be coming from there. I just think that Elizabeth is really intelligent. And I think that she is quoting Walt, actually meaning to quote Walt. But yeah, I become obsessed with these people and then I let them go. I was really obsessed with Jennifer Lawrence as a kid. I watched every single interview that she was in. I was really obsessed with Kurt Cobain for some time and I took his name. Then I became obsessed with Kurt Vonnegut and Kurt Gödel, so it seemed to fit. Uh, who else have I been obsessed with? I like drop obsession. Spinoza. Spinoza. Spinoza, where art thou? I really like Shakespeare. Not as much as Oscar Wilde like Shakespeare. I've started to read A Picture of Dorian Gray, and you can just tell. Like, this dude just it's just basically Shakespeare's sonnet in novel form. Shakespeare's sonnet. Shakespeare's sonnets are all basically the same. It's just talking about how he's growing old, how he doesn't want to grow old, but at least he has his consolation prize, which is the art which sprung from his youth, that's distilled forever, and that people can always read. That's what Shakespeare's sonnets are about. I refuse to believe anything else, especially like a Cliff Note summary. I really like Shakespeare. I like Shakespeare's sonnets. I don't like his plays as much, but that's nothing against him. I just don't like plays, like reading them. Sure, like I really liked The Taming of the Shrew when I saw the movie, but I mean also 10 Things I Hate About You, Taming of the Shrew. So, you know, there's lots of cool things that come out of Shakespeare. I have this poem that's about how Shakespeare inspired us, and we just keep on recursively building off his work. I can read it. Um, if I can find it. It's called Breed Me, Daddy. Um, Leaves fall from the tree, Shakespeare ages. What you write on the pages, pure timeless rhyme. Fill it with words, pour the ego right from the spout. The body is a vessel, languish for days in its powerful rays. Soon you'll be sailing away to greener pastures of fair youth. Leaves grow on the tree, Shakespeare breeds us. What does he bequeath us? Shakespeare breeds us, leaves grow on the tree, of fair youth to greener pastures. Soon you'll be sailing away in its powerful days, in its powerful rays, languish for days. The body is a vessel, pour the ego right from the spout with words. Fill it, pure timeless rhyme. What you write on the pages, Shakespeare ages, leaves fall from the tree. So basically, like, Shakespeare dies, leaves his work, bequeaths us his work. You languish for days in its powerful rays. Right, and you become the new bard. I was gonna intertwine Oscar Wilde in there now that I know that Oscar Wilde is basically the bard removed. Um, but I don't know. We'll see. All my poetry is in development. People can't read it yet, so one day people will be able to read me, and they'll see that every single thing that I say has multiple meanings. And then they'll read me and 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 read me until they figure out all of the meanings of what I was saying. It branches out like a tree. Every single sentence, like Gatsby, has so many meanings because every single sentence has so many meanings. So then it has an exponential amount of meanings. Every single sentence having a different meaning adds to a meaning of the overall work. So then by the end, you get so many fucking meanings. Right now, people can't read me. And that's fine. I'm trying to become more mutually intelligible. But one day, people will be able to read me. I'm sure of it. One day, they'll say, stop labeling trans baby cis. I can't be crazy in saying that. That's just like, why are you labeling people with unscientific means? And if you're scientific group and I am a man and I have always been a man, then why was I labeled female? That just seems wrong. Like, you guessed wrong. You should probably say, like, oh, my bad, got it wrong, I'll fix it next time, instead of being like, nope, no bugs here. I'm just gonna continue down this road that we've set up for ourselves where every single trans person is traumatized till they die an unhappy death. Ugh. Whatever. I don't really care that much. That's a lie. But yeah, I'm pretty obsessed with Elizabeth Woolridge Grant, and if she could release her album, it would make me really happy. But it's okay. I'm going to like a music festival today. I'm pretty excited about it. It's just a local music festival. Oh, also, I thought that I found a beat poetry reading, but it turns out it was a Balkan beat party. I don't know how I read beat poetry reading from Balkan beat party, but I did. I took a picture of it. I was really excited. I told all my friends on Twitter, my 14 followers, and I was like, oh my god, I'm going to beat poetry reading. And then I looked at it once I got home, and I was like, this is Balkan beat party. And I even like looked up the people who were supposed to perform the Balkan Beaters, and I mean they weren't called the Balkan Beaters, but I'm gonna get the name wrong. And I just was like, yeah, I mean that's kind of weird for poetry reading, but I suppose. And then I realized there's no such thing as beat poetry readings, and I was really sad. So if anyone in Boston wants to do a beat poetry reading, let me know and we can read our beat poetry together and it would make me happy. Now I'm going to shoot up, but you guys probably won't see it because I'm going to run out of time. But that's fine. Sometimes we run out of time. I'm still going to do it fast because I need to.